I'm Bill Palmer. I'm the editor of Concrete Construction Magazine. Today we have with us John Sacco, who's Managing Director of Laticrete Supercab, and he's going to tell us a little bit about self-leveling floors. So John, what's the advantage to a concrete contractor in doing using self-leveling floors as opposed to trying to finish the floor themselves?
Good question, Bill. Two aspects to it. Number one, the way the specifications are written in Division 3 and the gap between 3 and 9, a concrete contractor, by getting involved with self-leveling, either directly or indirectly, loses the liability. The way things are drawn up today, there's a lot of finger pointing with who's got responsibility for and floor flatness tolerance. So number one, they can lose the liability on the project. More importantly, they can actually gain a revenue stream. They can actually hold the contract to achieve what we commonly refer to as an 8th and 10 specification in Division 9, garnering a new revenue stream for them. They wouldn't actually produce it, they'd subcontract it out, but they have the ability in their position to actually purchase that part of the contract and have that achieved. So it's a proactive solution. They lose the liability and they gain a revenue stream.
Yeah, I've heard some of the New York City contractors have told me that for them, with the schedules they're on, it's really the only way they can make money. That they have to move so quickly from floor to floor that it's that they don't want to have to fool around trying to achieve the tolerances that they're being expected to achieve.
Exactly. With today's floor flatness tolerances that are much stricter with large format tiles and wood, it's hard to achieve them under the best case scenario. So when you add the factor of build cycles and the reality of placement, whether it's weather, whether it's deflection, and all the other factors that come involved, it's challenging for them in reality. So this is a proactive solution that works very well for all involved. Saves them time, allows their A-team to go on to the next build, is proactive to not only the general contractor, but the flooring contractor and a lot of the trades that come afterwards. They all know where they're going to be from a tolerance height at that particular point. So it solves a lot of real-world problems.
Does it end up costing more to do a floor this way?
No. 99% of the time, the proactive solution winds up to be not only more cost-effective on a square foot basis, it's better quality built building. Again, it's not just for the flooring materials that are going down, but you know, flooring electric contractors that have to place outlets in kitchens above certain heights. Everything falls in, door bucks. It's also a way to save build time. And what I mean by build time, if you do this reactively with small bags, it's going to take, and I'm making it up on a project, 3 months. There are systems out there, one of them which we have, which is a computer-controlled mobile blending unit, a pump truck, which allows you to do higher volumes, which can maybe take a month off a build cycle. So the carrying cost can be reduced on an overall build as well, insurance, so on and so forth.
Okay. So a flooring concrete contractor really doesn't need anything new to use this sort of a system. It just...
No, they need to be proactive in their thought process. They both float the concrete to an FF15, don't miss high, and no curing compounds. And then again, they're off the hook. They've achieved their floor flatness tolerances. They have the proof. More importantly, for the overall building, the end result is targeted. So there's no finger pointing. So it's really a win-win. And most of the new buildings that you see in a place like New York City now use that concept of, we call it the next generation slab, but it's proactive. Both float the concrete and come back with a self-leveling cement to finish it off to the required floor flatness tolerances.
What does the moisture in a slab, how does that impact this?
Great question. Depends on the type of project. If you're talking about high-rise superstructure cast in place in New York City, there is no great moisture impact. They both float the concrete. The building has 6, 9, 12 months to breathe on two sides, so a lot of the moisture drive comes out. Not all of it, but high-end premium products like Supercap, calcium aluminate-based underlayments, have some benefits, specifically alkalinity buffers, that stop the high pH in the Portland contract from migrating up on the moisture vapor backs and re-emulsifying adhesives. So you don't have a large moisture drive, and then you have the alkalinity buffer if you use a product like Laticrete Supercap. So no moisture mitigation is needed. If you're talking about a go-early hospital environment where you have welded sheet goods, rubber goods that are non-breathable, then you need a tried and true method, which today's environment is a 2-part high solids epoxy, and then you level over it.
So I know you guys are doing some demos out in the Gold Lot. Why did you think it was important to come here to do that?
Two reasons. One, seeing the technology in person is far better than a video or hearing somebody like myself speak. Touching it, feeling it, being able to talk to the operators, the people. We have the software engineer and the hardware engineer who build the system for us here. So it's hands-on. So any end user who has interest. Number two, we have a major announcement we made, which is what we call the Front Runner program, where Laticrete Supercap is building a fleet of trucks to get out ahead of marketplaces where we currently do not have an applicator. And end users, owner-developers, architects, GCs, even potential operators, concrete contractors, flooring contractors, can take advantage of the power of the pump and the Laticrete Supercap system in their marketplace. So we're being proactive on multiple ends to educate the marketplace and spread the word.
Yeah, I've thought since I first saw the Supercap system that it's really kind of a remarkable self-contained system. And I know there are some competitors at this point, but it's just the idea that it can be totally self-contained and they can come out and pump that floor is really remarkable.
This is the second generation pump truck. We have 10 total trucks in existence, with 4 more targeted for the North America this year, and we're also starting in Europe. So it's a proven system, and as you said, it's all done from street level. No unmixed materials enter the building, no silica dust, nobody's lifting 50-pound bags, you don't have to pre-point load a building, and then the volume's incredible. 30,000 pounds an hour is far in advance the best thing in the industry. So just by those facts alone, when you target it or pair it with premium products from a company like Laticrete, I'm not going to say there aren't competitors, but there's nothing better than this proven system out there at the moment.
Where are trucks available at this point?
We're currently, our model is going from east to west coast, so we cover Ontario, Canada, the Quebec province, New England, New York, Baltimore, DC, Texas, and Chicago, and we're working our way west. The Front Runner program, we've got projects lined up in Seattle later this year, and we're working on San Francisco, Denver, LA, and the British Columbia, Vancouver.
Okay, it sounds really good. I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the future.
Thank you for having me, and yes, anybody who would like to see a demo, we're on the Gold Lot across the street twice a day at 10 and 3 o'clock, if I may plug it. Well worthwhile to come by and see the truck in action. It's a very unique piece of equipment.
Okay, thank you, John.
All right, thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.